Hey, what it do, y'all? It's your boy E2 Blue coming back at you again on this Tuesday evening, I guess it is. Yeah, so days and hours go by so fast. It's like, boom, regular season is in 2 weeks, guys. Um, first game Thursday night. Uh, was that September 9th? Buccaneers and Cowboys. That's when we kick off. I mean, we're 2 weeks away from that. It's ridiculous how fast this off season goes, man. From the draft to from free agency to the draft to um, off season workouts and OTAs and mini camp and training camp now. Um, Wrapping up and the last preseason game this week. So interesting just to see, all of this transpire like so quickly. You blink your eye and there's the season. So guys that are injured, things of that nature, you try to keep your guys as healthy as possible, but that's the nature of the NFL. You know what I mean? Like it's a rough sport. So guys are gonna get injured daily. You got rookies out here getting surgeries and stuff like that because they got injured in the game and they're out for the season already. So, thank God for the Cowboys. They don't have a lot of like season ending injuries. So, it's a good thing that we're pretty much healthy this year, way better than we were last year. So, just real quick before I get into the meat of my topic, I want to talk about a little bit of the game on Saturday night since didn't get a chance to really do another video on it afterwards. But look at the Houston game, uh, specifically the quarterback situation. My man Garrett Gilbert didn't have a good game, but I chalk that up to being not perfect. You know what I mean? Every quarterback has a bad day. Everybody in life has a bad day. So, but all of a sudden, it's like Cooper Rush played better than him in the game, and all of a sudden, everybody's like, "Oh, Cooper Rush is going to be the backup quarterback," and it's just like, hold on, pump your brakes there. Because again, Garrett Gilbert had the first team reps outside of Dak Prescott being out all of training camp. So to sit here and just all of a sudden praise Cooper Rush for being, having a good, yes, he had a good game. Yes, he had both of the touchdowns that we had in the game. But I feel like he's a preseason warrior. You know what I mean? Like when it comes to regular season, he's never played a regular season game. We've seen Garrett Gilbert play one regular season game for the Dallas Cowboys, and he played pretty well in that game. If it hadn't have been for us not having a decimated offensive line last year, with our starting guys being out on injury, I think that we would have won that game. And again, that was an undefeated Pittsburgh team that we played against. So, against starters. So I still am behind Garrett Gilbert. I still think that, he's good enough to be the backup. But again, for the Cowboys, who knows? The backup quarterback could possibly not even be on the roster right now. But that's a whole nother topic. But as far as the game goes, I give it to Rush. He had a good game. You would think that Rush would play better. You would think that he would play like that all the time because he's been with the Cowboys. He's a fifth year guy. He's been with the Cowboys for 4 seasons. You know what I'm saying? Like he was with the Giants for a season, came back, so he knows Kellen Moore's system. He knows most of the guys on his roster outside of the rookies. But you know what I'm saying? Like so, he has an edge on the other quarterbacks anyway. So you would think that he would play the best anyway, but he doesn't always. It's really inconsistent. Now, as far as Danucci, I don't think he's going to be on this roster. Now, I just don't think Danucci has what it takes to be an NFL quarterback right now. Maybe if he gets groomed, maybe if he gets some years, some time in, maybe he could be. I don't ever really see him being a starter. I see him being like a journeyman, and just got a career backup. That now, if I'm judging his career right now, I just don't. His mechanics are just not right. He just it's just things about Danucci. He's just not an NFL ready guy. Maybe he can be in the future, but not right now. Um, I don't know what the Cowboys are going to do as far as the backup, but um, everybody's screaming Cooper Rush right now, so we'll see. I don't think they're going to cut um, Garrett Gilbert either, though. I think that if anybody's going to get cut, it's probably going to be DiNucci. But if anything, I think they'll probably keep Cooper and Gilbert, barring if they don't go out and get another backup quarterback from another team that gets dropped by another team. Now we know that today, Tuesday, is another cut down, so teams had to cut down to 80 players on the roster. So Cowboys didn't really have to cut nobody except for one person because we have guys in the COVID protocol. So they're technically not counting on the roster because they're not able to play because they're on the COVID list. Now, most of the guys, I think pretty much every guy on this COVID list is either they're either vaccinated or they either have one shot. So they're not going to be in COVID protocol for long. They don't have to quarantine because they're pretty much vaccinated. Now we already know two of them. One of them is not a player. We know that, and we heard this in the game on Saturday, that Dan Quinn and Carlos Watkins both left the game early because they were in COVID protocol. Now, that COVID-19 list, CeeDee Lamb is on the COVID-19 list. Malik Hooker is on that list. Israel McQuamu is on that list. And, of course, Carlos Watkins. So those are the four players that are in the COVID protocol right now. And, of course, our defensive coordinator, Dan Quinn. Now, I will say that Joe Witt came in there and coached a good defense in his absence. Those guys were playing hard. They were getting pressure. And I guarantee you Dan Quinn ain't going to miss another practice because he's like, wait a minute. Witt coming in here and using my defense and playing well. Dan Quinn like, no, you're not. No, you're not about to show me up. So you know how that goes. But the Cowboys did waive one person. They waived the kicker that we just signed last week. They already cut him. Larem Hailurahu got cut. So I guess that means that Greg Zuerlein is coming back for the next preseason game. But he's still on the PUP list. So that's a little weird to me. So, you cut this kicker, but you don't have a kicker technically on the roster right now that can practice. So are you anticipating that Greg is better? Is Greg better? Because that probably wasn't a smart move if Greg is not coming off that PUP list. But we'll see. We'll see throughout the they still got to the end of the week to, get him off the PUP list. So they really didn't really have to cut anybody outside of the kicker that they just signed last week. Because you got four other guys on the COVID list. But when they come off of that COVID protocol list, you're going to have to cut four players to get them back on the roster, obviously. So that's it with that one. So practice notes. Cooper Rush got first team reps because they already said that he deserved first team reps because he played well in the game. So they put Gilbert to the back seat. They gave Cooper Rush first team reps, and he did really well in practice with his first team reps. Now, Garrett Gilbert did get some reps in, and he had some nice throws to some tight ends and stuff like that as well. So he did good in practice as well. So it wasn't like it was just Cooper Rush. Both of those quarterbacks did well. Now, DiNucci, we're not even going to talk about him because we know that after this fourth preseason game, he's gone. So, there were only two safeties that practiced because everybody else is either on that COVID list or they just weren't practicing. Both Donovan Wilson and DeMonte KZ didn't practice. I don't know if it was a veteran day off or if they just didn't practice because they were dealing with something. I don't know. But they're not on the injury list, so it's probably a veteran day. J-Ron Curse and Darian Thompson both got first team reps at safety in their absence. And the tight ends had a pretty good practice with Dalton Schultz and Blake Jarwin. They both had multiple catches down the seam in practice. And, of course, Mari Cooper ended practice, the last play of practice, with a nice deep ball touchdown with your boy Trayvon Diggs covering him, and of course Trayvon Diggs said he pushed off, but it doesn't matter because it's practice. Um, Dak threw some in individual drills. He wasn't on 7-on-7. He wasn't in any team reps. It was all individual drills. Dak Prescott threw the ball. Demarcus Lawrence came back in individuals and was doing some things, some light work there. Um, just seeing these guys coming back to practice is good. These veterans coming back. Now, as far as Chauncey Golston, we have not seen him at all in training camp. So I don't know what they're going to do with him. Are they going to put him on IR and shelf him for a year and make him a redshirt rookie? I don't know. But they're going to have to figure something out between final cuts because we have not seen Chauncey Golston. And he's a draft pick. So you're going to have to either keep him or, I don't know, put him on the practice squad, whatever you're going to do. But they got to figure that out. But they don't tend to cut draft picks. That's just pretty much how that goes. Well, especially higher draft picks, that is. Now, a 7th-round pick, they can get rid of them. Simi Hoku, again, it depends on if they're going to keep 5 or 6 wide receivers. Because if they keep 6, it's going to be a battle between him and Malik Turner. Now, I like Malik Turner. Malik Turner's a veteran, and he's a special team guy. Simi Hoku need to step it up. So we'll see what happens in his last game. But that's all I have for now. Hope you guys enjoyed my updates. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you guys think about anything I said in the video or just about the team in general in the comments section. It's your boy E2 Blue, always keeping it real. Talk to y'all soon.